Before Nigeria became a country, it was already a land of powerful kingdoms, advanced art, trade networks, and complex political systems. This is not just the story of a nation formed in 1914. This is the story of civilizations thousands of years old, and how they became modern Nigeria. Stay with me, because the real history of Nigeria begins long before colonization. One of the earliest known civilizations in West Africa emerged around 1000 BCE, known today as the Nok culture. They were among the first in sub-Saharan Africa to produce iron tools and weapons. Their terracotta sculptures showed detailed human features, hairstyles, and expressions, proof of artistic sophistication long before outside contact. These early societies laid the foundation for later kingdoms. Farming expanded, trade routes developed, and communities grew into organized states. Nigeria's history did not begin with written records. It began with innovation. Across what is now southern Nigeria, powerful kingdoms emerged. The Kingdom of Benin became famous for its political organization and extraordinary bronze artwork. Benin City was protected by massive earthworks stretching for hundreds of kilometers, one of the largest man-made structures of its time. Farther west, the Oyo Empire rose as a military and economic power. Its cavalry dominated the savannah, allowing Oyo to control trade routes and expand influence across Yoruba land. In the southeast, the Kingdom of NRI developed a unique system based more on spiritual authority than military conquest, showing that political systems in the region were diverse and complex. Nigeria was never one single culture. It was a mosaic of civilizations. In the north, city-states such as Kano, Katsina, and Zaria became major centers of commerce and learning. Trade connected them to North Africa through trans-Saharan routes. Islam spread gradually, bringing literacy, scholarship, and new administrative systems. In the early 19th century, the Sokoto Caliphate emerged after the Fulani Jihad led by Usman Dan Fodio. At its height, the Sokoto Caliphate became one of the largest states in Africa, governing through a network of emirates and emphasizing religious and educational reform. European contact began through trade along the coast. At first, it was about commerce, palm oil, ivory, and earlier, the transatlantic slave trade. By the late 19th century, Britain gradually expanded control through treaties and military campaigns. In 1914, the British merged the northern and southern protectorates into one colony called Nigeria. This amalgamation joined hundreds of ethnic groups and political systems into a single administrative unit, not for unity, but for colonial convenience. The consequences of that decision still shape Nigeria today. By the mid-20th century, educated Africans began demanding self-rule. Leaders like Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, and Ahmadu Bello became voices of political awakening. On October 1, 1960, Nigeria gained independence from Britain. The green and white flag rose, symbolizing agriculture, peace, and hope for a united future. But independence was only the beginning of a new chapter filled with challenges, growth, and resilience. Nigeria is not just a country created by colonial borders. It is the continuation of ancient civilizations, powerful kingdoms, intellectual traditions, and cultural diversity built over thousands of years. From Nok artists shaping clay, to Benin craftsmen casting bronze, to warriors of Oyo and scholars of Sokoto, the story of Nigeria is a story of endurance. And that story is still being written. If this story opened your eyes even a little, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what African country you want next.